Hi, and welcome back to the Jazz Master Journal. Jeremy here with our second video lesson. Last time we talked about beginning to play chord fragments up the neck of the guitar, and all our examples were G major chords. So today I'd like to expound upon the ideas that we talked about so that you can play something besides one single chord. We'll start by reviewing the basic major scale, and eventually we'll harmonize the major scale and chords up the neck. In the key of G, with the G chord here, I think most people would first learn the major scale in this position. Now all of these examples are going to be available in tab form on my website. With the middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, okay, that was 2 octaves of the G major scale. Now, as we try to take the major scale and other ideas up the neck, it's important to learn all the notes on all the strings. Now, this might sound like a daunting task, but I do believe that most people, as they're learning the notes up the neck, will learn the notes on the top 2 strings because those are going to be the roots for all your bar chords. So if you wanted to play a 1-4-5 progression in the key of C, you would need to know that this is a C, this is an F, and this is a G. Well, today instead of trying to learn all those notes on all the strings, let's focus on what we do know and use them to hopefully come across something new. If we know the G major scale on the top string, starting here, in the same place with G, except this time we're going to play the scale all the way along the top string, so it would sound like this. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Then we can also take that idea and apply it to the bottom string because both of these are E strings when they're open, so we can play the exact same thing as far as the fret numbers in the bottom string, and we'll still have a G major scale if we start on the 3rd fret. And that will sound like this. Alright, you guys still with me? Now if we are going up the scale on this bottom string, let's think of the bottom string as the root note. I know usually we're used to having the root note in the bass, but for these the root will actually be on the high E string. Now if we harmonize the major scale and chords, first we're going to have a G using the F shape on the 3rd fret. This is a G major. The 2nd degree of the major scale is minor, so we'll have to play an A minor. Let's think about a 5th fret bar chord using this E minor shape, but what we're going to do is only play the bottom 4 strings. So with our pointer finger we're going to bar the bottom 3 strings and play the 7th fret on the D string like this. So we're getting this chord fragment out of this bar chord shape. We're going to take this same A minor fragment, slide it up to the 7th fret, and we have our B minor, which is the 3rd degree of the major scale. So far we have G, A minor, B minor, and our next chord is going to be a C major. So we use our F shape major chord on the 8th fret. Then we go up 2 more frets to the 10th fret for a D major. So far we have G, A minor, B minor, C, D. Then we go up 2 more frets for an E minor using the same shape that we used for the A minor and the B minor, barring the bottom 3 and then playing this note on the D string. So far so good, but now we come to an F sharp diminished. or some people will phrase this as an F sharp minor 7 with a flat 5. If that's over your head, don't worry, we'll have a lesson in the future all about diminished chords and their applications. But for this chord, the bottom 3 strings are going to be voiced like a D7 chord shape. So from the bottom up, we'll have at the 14th fret with our ring finger here on the high E. Then with our middle finger, we'll go up to the G string and also play that on the 14th fret. And then I'm going to take my pointer finger and bar on the 13th fret. Now if this is uncomfortable, you can move your middle and ring fingers and play them with your, I don't know, really however this is comfortable. You can use all 4 fingers, but the chord shape is tabbed out. So basically find a voicing that's comfortable for you. Sometimes when I play that, to get the bar to work right, my thumb kind of comes over the top of the neck. You can even just play the bottom 3 strings like a D7 for now. And then finally we'll resolve on the 2nd octave of G at the 15th fret with our F major chord shape. So that whole chord scale in the key of G is going to go G, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor, F sharp diminished, and we'll resolve on a G. Now you can mix this up a little bit, throw in some of the other G chord shapes that we used from last lesson, make your own exercises. One interesting thing that you can do with this, just to get some fast runs up the neck using these ideas, is, with the exception being the diminished chord, all these chords are going to have a bar on the bottom 2 strings. You get to the diminished and you have to kind of do this number with your pointer and your middle finger, and then G. So you can do little picking exercises like this, playing the E and then the B string for all of these chords. It'll sound like this. Alright, I hope that made some sense for you guys. Definitely take a look at the tabs, and I have a guitar profile available on my website as well. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.